Hey guys, today we're going to look at this ancient temple called Ta Prohm, which means Old Brahma. You see that face there? That is supposed to be the face of Brahma. Now, who is Brahma? Brahma is said to be the god of wisdom who can see the past and the future. And this temple has actual evidence of time travel going into the past and the future. It's going to be very exciting. Let's go. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now here, you can see this amazing carving. Looks very similar to a dinosaur. And not even some type of dinosaur. It looks very similar to a stegosaurus. There's a type of dinosaur which has these dorsal plates, which has these plates on its back. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like a dinosaur. When we look at the modern day recreation of a stegosaurus, the similarity is quite shocking, especially the dorsal plates or the back plates. We don't have any such animals with back plates today. They became extinct millions of years ago. Now, scientifically, this carving should not exist. If human beings evolved in the last 100,000 years and dinosaurs died 65 million years ago, there's no way humans saw a dinosaur while constructing this temple. And look, this is not a fossil or a skeleton. This is complete with all the details. Skin, tail, flesh, and everything. So the sculptor must have seen a dinosaur in real life. Some may argue that ancient builders must have recreated this by putting together fossils, bones, and reconstructing this animal. But this is very, very hard to do. Even today, this is not easy and requires advanced scientific knowledge. Now, what do experts have to say about this carving? Many experts have tried to, quote-unquote, debunk this because it flies not only in the face of mainstream science, but also goes against mainstream history and archaeology. The first thing they tried was to claim that this is a new carving, a hoax carved in the last 50 years. Whenever someone finds an out-of-place carving, mainstream guys try to pretend that it is a new carving because it does not fit their conventional model. Remember, I showed you this bicycle carved thousands of years ago, and after my video went viral, there are hundreds of blogs claiming this is a new carving, even though there is absolutely no evidence to prove it is a new carving. There's no written record that it was done recently, yet all blogs claim that it is new because it does not fit mainstream theories. But when they tried the same tactic in this Ta Prohm temple in Cambodia, when they tried to claim that this is a recent carving, it actually backfired because the Cambodian government archaeologists have actually confirmed that this is in fact an ancient carving done in the 12th century, embarrassing mainstream experts. There is an opposite angle to this story. While evolutionists have tried hard to, quote-unquote, debunk this, creationists, the people who believe that the world and the animals and plants were created a few thousand years ago, use this carving as proof of creation. They argue that man and dinosaur must have coexisted, which is why the carving exists. They claim that dinosaurs did not go extinct until the last few centuries, and we merely called them as dragons until the term dinosaur was coined in 1842. Remember, what scientists know about nature and the world is very less, because Tasmanian tiger was thought to be extinct, but it has been sighted this year. Coelacanth was said to be extinct 66 million years ago, but was found again, clearly pointing out that our understanding of these things is extremely limited. Believe it or not, a whopping 18,000 new species were named last year. However, creationists have no answer for the fossil evidences of dinosaurs and the lack of human fossils around the same time, that is, millions of years ago. While creationists try hard to convince us that this proves that the earth was created, evolutionists try equally hard to debunk this because it does not fit their theory. One approach evolutionists are trying recently is to disprove that this is not a stegosaurus. They take this carving and they put a modern-day recreation of a stegosaurus and point out the tiny differences in anatomy. Even though they do look very similar, they go into micro details and point out that the head is larger and the carving does not show a spiked tail. This argument really shows their desperation, because this does not have to be the exact dinosaur species. It could be a cousin with all these minor variations. Paleontologists agree that they will keep discovering new species of dinosaurs for many, many years, and a new one was discovered just a few months ago. So this argument that the anatomy does not precisely match the stegosaurus, therefore this is not a dinosaur, is ridiculous, because it could very well be a cousin of stegosaurus. You subconsciously know that this is a dinosaur. If you're in doubt, just show this carving to a friend who has never seen this before, and he will immediately tell you that this is a dinosaur. So how do we objectively process this information? As a common man, the key is to try and understand this, instead of arguing one way or the other, desperately trying to prove your agenda. The fact is that dinosaur carving is very much here and was carved in the 12th century. However, we have enough evidence to say that dinosaurs became extinct millions of years ago. Both of them are true. Now, how did they do this, right? Some people will say humans existed millions of years ago and evolution is false. But in Hinduism, there is a lot of evidence of time travel, right? A lot of scriptures talk about time travel. So is it possible that the sculptors were capable of time traveling? And they were able to carve a dinosaur. They went into the past. They saw the dinosaur, came back and carved this dinosaur. It's a very interesting argument, isn't it? So if the sculptors were capable of going into the past, did they also go into the future 1,000 years ago? Look there. Look. Look, the trees taking over the temples. There is a temple and a tree growing right on top of it. Here again, this is a temple entrance, and there is a tree growing on top of it. Very large tree. What is the meaning of these carvings? Why did ancient builders carve temple towers with trees growing on top of them? Let's go and take a look at this temple's towers. The bizarre feature about the Ta Prohm temple is that trees grow on top of the temple towers. Archaeologists confirm that this temple was built in the 12th century, but people abandoned this area 300 years later and moved out. The jungle then began taking over, and the trees started to grow only 3 centuries after it was built. So how did the sculptors know it would be taken over by trees in the future? I don't know why this is happening, but for some strange reason, birds also like the Ta Prohm temple. They bring seeds and put them right on top of the tower. The seeds then start to germinate. They start to grow roots first, and they grow into these gigantic trees. When I explored the temple, I was shocked because look at my size and look at the size of the roots of that tree. Actually, it's thicker than me. And then look at the height of that tree. I mean, this is insane. This is why this temple was used in the movie Tomb Raider, because of this unusual tree growth in this temple. Now, if the sculptors did not do time travel, how did the sculptors know this temple would be taken over by trees centuries after they constructed it? So here you can see that his roots are completely taking over this massive temple, exactly like what we saw in that carving done 1,000 years ago. So it appears as though the sculptor went into the past, saw the dinosaur, but did not stop there. But they went into the future and carved how the trees would completely take over this temple. Were ancient builders, especially the Hindus, capable of time travel? Is this why we see prehistoric extinct animals like the stegosaurus, the entelodont, dinosaurs, and saber-toothed cats in ancient Hindu temples? Is this why we also see futuristic carvings like people capable of flying, bicycles, and other advanced devices? If time travel was not possible, how could the sculptors accurately carve the temples being taken over by trees? They must have somehow known that this temple would be taken over by trees in the future. I hope you liked this video. I am Praveen Mohan, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.